I was once told when I got into this, there hasn't been a straight wall or a flat floor laid in 100 years, and I believe it.
Another product I've been working to improve is these folded corner shelves I've been making, which have a couple of problems. The first problem being these crease marks left from where the wood was folded over, which is a little bit hard to notice from far away, but once you get close up and in good lighting, it's really easy to tell, and it really breaks the illusion of these shelves being one solid piece. And the other problem I've been having is that house corners are rarely 90 degrees unless the carpenter that made your house really cared. So every corner is a little bit different, which means no matter how perfectly square I make these shelves, it's really not going to matter unless it actually matches up with the wall. So I'm not making these shelves for corners anymore. This is just going to go on a normal straight wall, but I'm going to keep that folded wood design. And also, instead of using a 15-degree bit to make all the cuts, I'm now going to use a 10-degree bit. And this means that the shelves are going to take longer to make because I have to make more cuts, but it's also going to mean that the fold is going to be much more gradual, so you won't see any of those crease marks. And also, to further hide the folds, I'm using live edge pine to make these shelves now instead of walnut, which looks really nice, but also the texture of the bark makes it much more difficult to see where the cuts were made. So it does a good job of hiding those kerf marks. Also, when actually folding these shelves, I no longer just use a normal spray bottle. I got a steamer, which makes the wood a lot less likely to crack at this step. Last big change I made with these new shelves is that they are mounted on these hidden brackets, which are also a lot stronger than the screws I used to use to mount the old corner shelves. So here's what the shelves look like installed, and you can see you can mount these with the fold up or down. Personally, I think the shelves look better with the fold down, but with the fold up, you can use the fold as a bookend, which is pretty cool. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments.
So I gotta say, this was a really cool one to watch, like really knowledgeable guy. I'm curious how he discovered this whole method. Like, I remember being told about the plywood thing where you cut through and, you know, make rows and you don't cut the veneer. So then when you fold it, you can wrap a whole corner with the plywood, like say on the front of like a countertop in a commercial application or something like that. I've seen some guys do it on furniture pieces, but he's kind of taking that and twisting it a bit, and, well, no pun intended. He's cutting the line so it's like the wood twists and does a return, but I guess he got frustrated in the beginning because the walls aren't straight. So on his return, it looks like he hit 90 degrees on the money, but you can never rely on a wall to be straight, so that can get frustrating. What we saw him do was just do one where it kind of curves back into the wall by cutting it flush with the backside where it returns. Really neat. I liked at the end how it showed him using it upside down or with the curve going down. I don't know if it was his own house or a client's house, but he had them staggered, you know, up, down, and a little offset from each other. That was neat. I would like to see him do this on a large scale, but do like a double fold, like wrapping into the wall. So like the slab itself is coming out and then it curves and follows up on top. This is super cool. The guy's channel is called Josh Wright on YouTube. I expect to see his channel grow rapidly. All in all, this was a great video. Like, highly recommend this guy's content.